almost home. I'm in the community, so I have to have my shirt buttoned a little bit. So it is. I just want to do a short treatise on a thought that I just had. I believe that Satanists are the new Christians. And let me explain that if I can. See, in the Bible days, if there's, Jesus' time, there were pagans and Christians. The pagans were the majority of the society. And the Christians were persecuted because they were not the majority. They were the minority, and they had to endure the persecution of the majority, which were pagan. Christians were thrown to the lion's den, and Christians were badass. Actually, they resisted the majority. They resisted the regime at the time. They resisted based on principle and integrity, and that means something. Assuming the Bible's right, of course, but I'm just going with that right now. And it was actually a test to be a Christian. It actually meant something to stay true to Christ. You had to oppose something. You had to stand up against something. You had opposition. Well, today that is true only of the Satanists, because the Christians are the majority. They don't have to endure anything. They're living in the homes with the guns, and go to the churches in the nice clothes, and the preachers get paid the nice fat tithes that come to them every week. What's so hard about that? What's so hard about having the majority stroke your ego, have a big home with a gun, and go to church all dressed up and nice and feel righteous to yourself and be around others doing the same? And what's so hard about being a pastor that gets paid every single week just for going up there and saying what people want to hear in the first place? That's not persecution. That's reveling and thriving. And that's being the majority in the system of the world today. The Christians are the majority. It no longer means anything to stand up for Christ. It means something to do the opposite. The new Christians are the Satanists. The Christians are the new pagans, but the Satanists are the new Christians. To be a Satanist means something. You have to stand up against the majority who think they're all great, self-righteous, with their houses, with their guns. It means something to be a Satanist. You can't do it. You're not going to be a Satanist just to fit in with the crowd, just to be popular. You have to stand up on integrity and principle, just like the Christians used to do in Jesus' day. So yeah, hell with you, Christians, with your signs on your lawn and everything. It's easy to be a Christian nowadays. It doesn't mean anything. Everybody's a Christian. The mainstream of society is Christian. President Trump's probably a Christian for all I know. He runs America. I like him, and I have a lot of camaraderie with him, and I respect him. But the point is, it doesn't take any commitment. It doesn't take any sacrifice or endurance to be a Christian these days. The opposite is true, meaning, and the people that do have to stand up, face opposition for what they believe in, and hold their integrity, are the Satanists. So I'm proud of both statements. I'm proud I'm not a Christian, and I'm proud to if anything, I'm a Satanist, because that actually means something. It means taking a risk. It means being unpopular if I have to be for what I believe. It means being maybe even punished or tortured or suffer to suffer for what I believe. Christianity means none of that today. It means the opposite, or nothing at all. But to be a Satanist does mean that. Whatever the pagans did to the Christians in Jesus' day, the Christians are probably ready to do to the Satanists. And the only difference is the names that they put, the labels that they put on it. Christians today only have a different label than the pagans of Jesus' day. They're the same thing. And Satanists have a different label than Christian. But the social dynamic, the principle of the thing, is as I'm describing. I don't care if you call Satanists dog meat and Christians cat food. The name doesn't matter. What matters is the dynamic, the principle of the thing, the ethics, the concept of it, the integrity it takes to be a Satanist, or whatever the actual experience dictates for each side of the equation. I'm not interested in names. I'm not interested in being called a Christian when it doesn't mean anything. I'm not afraid of being called a Satanist when it does mean something. I don't care if it's. I'm not interested in names, or labels, or polarity definitions. The fact is, as I see it, what I'm saying is true. and I proudly take the heat from the majority of people on the earth today that are Christians, and by not being a Christian. It works for me. I'm proud of it. It actually means I'm standing up for what I believe in. It means I'm standing up for something at all, and it means I'm willing to take a risk and willing to suffer for what I believe, which is called integrity, or at least that's one definition of it. And either way, I believe I'm proud to show integrity as a Satanist by standing up for the literal peer pressure from everyone around me in this society to be a Christian. Exactly what the Christians had to do with the pagans, and they stood up on their own against it, which proves it can be done. Not only that, I'm doing the same thing, only with a different name and a different time period.